Now, the arts, events and entertainment industries were also hard hit by the COVID-19 pandemic and its subsequent lockdowns. Many artists were left without work, but as regulations eased, artists have now been able to try to pick up that momentum. Some are even using the drive to get South Africans vaccinated as an opportunity. Tiro Venter, the executive director of StageFreight in Edutainment, has taken the plight to help even make it easier for the industry to find some normalcy through the vaccination drive roadshow by encouraging more and more people to take up the vaccine. And Tiro joins us now to give us more information. Tiro, good morning and thank you so much for joining us right here on the Weekend Report. Let's start off with this vaccination drive that you have now decided to do. Just give us more information.
Oh, hi, Tiro, and thank you so much for having me. And Merry Christmas to you also, everybody on Newzroom Afrika.
Merry Christmas, Tiro.
Thank you. Yeah, so Tiro, you know, when the lockdown started last year, 2020, obviously a lot of, if not all, live performing artists went out of work. So as creatives, I just said in South Korea, you know, this can't go on forever. And then really creative, one of our main tasks is to come up with ideas about how do we get ourselves from where we are. And we know this whole drive that the government is going on, you know, to convince people to vaccinate, you know, to encourage people to take up the vaccination so that all our lives can go back to normal. So I wrote a play. Actually, I wrote to the NAC. Luckily, there was that thing, PSP, Presidential Employment Stimulus Program, and then I got funding, and then I wrote a play about vaccination, about COVID-19, you know, talking about all the regulations, you know, and protocols and stuff, but also just going around the country to tell people, you know, we need to vaccinate so that our lives can get back to normal. Now, number one, this will get to help actors, especially live performing actors, dancers and technicians also, to get back onto the stage, to do live performances, but mainly also, you know, it's a good thing for the country, for everybody to reach herd immunity so that all of our businesses can get back to normal, so that all of our lives can get back to normal. So this is the reason behind this whole vaccination show that we are doing. So so it's called industrial theater, meaning we go to people's companies and perform, you know, plays that talk about issues that the company wants to deal with. In this particular case, you know, companies are calling us to say some of our employees are not, you know, they're scared of taking up the vaccine. Please come and talk to them. You know, usually companies, they just send memos and emails and say, guys, let's go and vaccinate. So now we bring it in a dramatic form to say, you know, we are addressing your issues in person, you know, showing them, you know, the advantages of vaccinating and so on.
So how is that drive going at the moment? I mean, you did mention that there's still quite a bit of hesitancy from some people to take the vaccination. So how is your vaccination drive going at the moment with the artists?
Okay, so like I said, we spoke to, I mean, we got funding from the National Arts Council. We managed to go around to all 9 provinces, and we mostly went to, you know, rural areas. We went to old age homes. We went to orphanages. We went to homes of people living with disabilities. We went to schools. We went to communities, to shopping malls, and so on, in all the 9 provinces. So with that project, we were able to, you know, to employ about 96 artists, and that includes actors, it includes dancers, it includes technicians, and so on. Yeah, so we managed to, you know, to perform to a large number of people. Remember, from the side of StageFreight, there are 2 objectives, right? To get artists, live performing artists, back onto the stage, to get them working, because it's been tough. I'm sure you can imagine. But also number 2, you know, to get people to vaccinate. So currently, what is happening is that we are going to private companies now. We're going to mines, we're going to manufacturing plants. Any company, they realize, well, maybe their employees are not taking up the vaccine very well, or maybe they feel like, you know, a lot of companies usually do, you know, the flyer, the notice board and stuff like that. So, you know, industrial theater just gives them an alternative, because it's edutainment. It's educational, but it's also entertaining. It's not threatening, but it just puts things into perspective. So we're getting a lot of companies inquiring to say, what is it that you can do for us? We write a script for them, based on that particular company's needs. And then we go and perform for their employees at their workplace, wherever the workplace is. It could be at the mining site, it could be in the office, it could be in the parking lot, it could be in the canteen. Wherever there's employees, that's where we go and perform.
Now, Tiro, what advice then would you give to artists that want to go back onto the stage, but they are perhaps just too scared to do so, or they're just not feeling comfortable? I mean, of course, as you've mentioned, COVID-19 had a huge impact on this industry. So what advice would you give them to continue with that momentum and to get themselves back on the stage?
Yeah, we just need to keep working. We need to keep writing. We need to keep creating. So we need to keep creating new work, but also we need to vaccinate. Rona in particular, we don't really perform body market theatre, body state theatre and places like that, right? Like I said, we perform at people's workplaces, at your company. So we could come to Newzroom Afrika. I would bring a cast there of actors and perform for you guys and show you what it looks like. So for us, it's important that we do vaccinate, actually, first of all, because you can't walk into somebody's company to talk about vaccination while you're not vaccinated yourself. But also, the new work that we need to create for the artists, we always need to bring in this message of vaccination, because it's what everybody's talking about right now. Whatever your play is about, just bring that message in so that we can push it as much as we can and create work for ourselves as well.
That is Tiro Venter, the Executive Director of StageFreight Edutainment, encouraging vaccine uptake through industrial theatre. Thank you so much for your time, Tiro, and have yourself a beautiful Christmas.